Okay, so today's Monday, and the agenda items are pretty straightforward, but you're going to be doing a lot of discussion today. We read a poem called The Barred Owl. It was actually a homework assignment. I gave you the poem on hard copy. It was with a couple other poems because we did the boxing strategy with it. I need you to take that poem out, and I want you to revisit that, reread it for a very short discussion to start the block. When you get done rereading it to yourselves and you figured out what you want to say, I want you guys to read it sentence by sentence aloud while you're doing a voice recording, and then talk out what you guys discussed or thought was going on in the poem. When you get done doing that in your group, then you'll listen to my thoughts about it. So the Barred Owl is kind of the opening activity. I'd like you to go and work on that right now, and then you'll do a discussion. So go. Alright, so the Barred Owl, hopefully if you guys did find the boxing strategy helpful, what I noticed is you see a huge tone shift from stanza 1 to stanza 2, and what ends up happening is you have the presentation of the owl, the attitude towards the owl significantly changes from one stanza to another, and what I find is interesting here is in the first stanza, kind of the summary or what's going on is you have a little kid who gets woken up by the owl, and the parents use words to comfort the child, and in some ways lie and kind of sugarcoat to the child what's going on, where the owl is asking this kind of very simple question about who cooks for you, and it's very, the tone, is very lighthearted, I guess, and then what ends up happening is then you get a shift to something much darker in the second stanza, which words is what the author is presenting, and basically argues that words can help domesticate a fear, they can help offset a fear, but the fact of the matter is it doesn't change what's really going on, which is owls kill, and they're going to eat things, and they're going to take life away because it's part of the life cycle. And so yes, people may think words help offset these kind of evil or dark moments in our lives. The fact is, you still have the reality of the situation. So the tone changes very dramatically, I think, from stanza 1 to stanza 2 to a very open realization that the owl is not so cute or sweet as it once was, or the fact the parents had to lie to the kid still doesn't change the fact that the owl is still eating things. And I think that's just true about life, and that's kind of the big message here. So that's the Barred Owl. You guys probably came up with the same thing. I actually saw quite a bit of your guys' responses on the blog post, and looks like you were all in the right category here. So, but it's kind of nice if you do use the box strategy with this, because you could say, okay, in the first stanza, because I boxed it, the meaning is this. In the second stanza, I boxed it, and the meaning became this, and you can see a huge contrast from meaning A to meaning B. The next thing I want you guys to do is do seminar over Foster. If you noticed Foster, we're kind of finishing it up here, and you need to start thinking about what piece of literature do I want to use to compare Foster to, or to apply Foster to. So you guys had quite a big chunky read, and what I want you to do is just do a good chunky seminar about what you read, and also think about some literature that might show up. Also think, could A Rose for Emily work in this? Could Book Thief? Could Oedipus Rex? Anything from your past English classes, but you guys are going to talk out Foster. When you get done, what I want you to do is take a good, long, hard 5 to 7 minutes, and I want you to write a reflection piece about what you've learned so far in this class. And I know you've done little reflections here and there, but I feel like we haven't really solidified everything that we've learned in the last 3 weeks. You guys got a lot going on in your brains. So what I want you to do is tell me what are some new and important reading strategies you have gained so far in the last 3 weeks. As an AP student, how has your reading mindset changed? What are some things that you're doing that you didn't do before, or maybe you're more aware of or conscious of now? Maybe you were doing it but you didn't have a name, or you didn't realize it. So you're going to kind of reflect, and it should be in your blue books. It'll be a good page, maybe going on to 2 pages if you're writing for the whole 5 to 7 minutes. Then you guys got another good short story. I'm excited for this one. It's called A Good Man is Hard to Find. You're going to read that, annotate it, be ready for some seminar on Tuesday. Make sure when you walk out the door you try to show me your binders so I can check them and turn in the blue books. And you guys are done for today.